Hi, this is Journey with a quick guidance for you. This is going to look into um, your love life, your situation, relationship, could be familial relationship. I will be using my Light Seer's Tarot deck, and then we'll get a message from the Akashic Records Oracle deck, and then we'll end up with some message on self-care using the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck, so you can kind of know what you need to do to take care of yourself, right? Because we always want to be the best version of ourselves in any situation. And so I have already shuffled the cards, the decks. We'll pull 3 cards from our Light Seers deck and see what's going on in your love life. Let's get started. Okay, what's going on in my viewers' love situation? What's going on? Thank you. 3 cards. Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups, the Sun card, beautiful, and the Wheel Fortune card, and on the bottom of the deck is 3 of Cups. So instantly what comes to mind, or what I feel guided to say, is that you or situation has changed. There's something that you left behind. I'm not so much seeing something that you left behind, but more so a boundary that you have set that has triggered a lot of changes, kind of like the domino effect, right? It looks like in the past you've given somebody an ultimatum, right? And you have chosen yourself, right? There was something that you were either being breadcrumbed, or you weren't getting the best version of this person. And you finally got to a point where you were truly okay with walking away. Truly okay with walking away. You know, sometimes we might say like, oh, it's over, I'm done. But in our hearts, it's hard to actually take the necessary step to move or detach yourself. And here I'm sensing that you did the work that you needed to do within yourself to be okay with whatever the outcome was, right? Once you presented what it is that you want, whether you wanted that person to be more committed, whether you wanted that person to show up for you in a certain way, or just provide reciprocity. You were willing to put everything on the line in order to get that. And what I'm seeing is that that triggered a huge change. You got, and what I'm getting from this card, a beautiful card, this is one of my favorite Sun cards, is a boost of confidence once you made this decision. Once you made this decision, you actually felt that benefit of it. You actually felt the reward of actually choosing you, right? You found yourself in this process, is what I'm finding. You learned how to trust yourself and believe in yourself and recognize your self-worth and recognize, you know what, I am enough. I'm enough. And I don't need anyone externally to validate that, because I know it within myself. So by making this decision to walk away, you actually ascended. I'm seeing ascended emotionally. I'm hearing spiritually. You know who you are, and you know your worth now. And you know what you bring to the table can't be matched by anyone else, because you are uniquely you. And so by stepping into you, stepping into who you truly are, by no longer being afraid of losing something, you have triggered a change. And what I see is the tides are going to turn. And what I'm getting from this is that you're going to have that relationship you want with that person that you have in mind, is what I heard. Right? By providing that space, by providing that distance, by choosing yourself and honoring yourself, it has triggered a change within that other person. You know, sometimes we enable people in so many different ways, right? And when we don't expect more from them, when we accept whatever it is that they're giving us, we generally keep them stagnant. We don't allow them to grow. We don't allow them to get to their potential because we're okay with wherever they are. And by you saying, nope, not anymore, I'm not doing this anymore, you have triggered something within your partner. And that has created a change. And with the bottom of the deck being the Three of Cups, sounds like now you have entered a much better relationship, or you will be. If it hasn't happened yet, it will happen. I would say continue to focus on yourself. Continue to focus on what you need, what you want, knowing your self-worth, and then you will be fine. You know, the relationship will actually grow and evolve because you made the choice of choosing you. Wow. Nice. Very nice. Congratulations. Congratulations. So let's get a quick message from the Akashic Records Oracle card to see what the Most High has to tell us that complements this reading. And we have release attachments. There's something you need to let go of. It's either a limiting belief, an untruth, or negative behavior. It's holding you back and keeping you from stepping into your true potential and happiness. Yep. So you have released attachments. You have released any beliefs about yourself and what you deserve or don't deserve. And this has opened up the doors that you have been trying to open up in this relationship. What I heard, for 4 years for some of you. So that's for someone out there. For 4 years, you've been trying to get this change going. And it's finally happening for you. Okay. I always believe in self-care. We cannot be or receive the best if we are not truly the best version of ourselves. And to be the best version of ourselves, we need to actually take care of ourselves. So let's see what the self-care message is for you. Well, all the dates came out. I really didn't want all, but maybe you need to hear all of them. No, we're not taking all of that. Let's try it again. Okay? That is a lot. I just want one card, please, Spirit. One card. Oh, my God. It comes back out. You know, what's that one? Still 2 cards, but that's okay. We'll take them. Use your hands. Make an altar. Okay. Use your hands, right? So that's telling me that you need to tap into your creativity and make an altar. And an altar is something also that you can use to honor yourself, honor loved ones. So let's start off with use our hands. What does that have to tell us about using our hands? Your affirmation or mantra for this is, I create magic with my hands. Reconnect with the magic that comes from creating with your hands. What do you feel called to make or fix? Sign up for pottery, woodworking, or glass blowing class, or anything else that piques your curiosity and reminds you how empowering it can be to create your reality with your own 2 hands. Get crafty and do some DIY projects. Maybe bring new life or color into an old piece of furniture by repainting it, or make some original art to adorn your walls and beautify your home. Is there something broken around the house that's an easy fix that you could do on your own or with little help? Even just getting your hands dirty by weeding a flower bed or tightening the screws on a loose door hinge will give you an incredible feeling of accomplishment that will fuel your confidence as you tackle bigger and more complex issues in your life. And the journal prompt for this card is, when is the last time you crafted something with your own hands, and how did it make you feel? So that was number 53. Use your own hands. 16, make an altar, is the other self-care message that I got for you. And your mantra affirmation is, I dedicate space for my sacred ritual practices. I dedicate space for my sacred ritual practices. An altar is a place to gather sacred objects, set intentions, reflect, pray, and feel connected to your spirit and the universe. Whether simply or elaborate, permanent or temporary, small or big, inside a home or outside in nature, it is a space for honoring the people, places, things, and activities that enrich the soul. Tune into what feels right for you. Do you need to refresh your altar space or create a new one? You can create anything from a money altar to a fertility altar, but whatever direction you go in, begin with intention. Look inside yourself for clarity on what you want to focus on. Photos, crystals, candles, animal totems, and objects to represent the 5 elements: earth, air, water, fire, and ether. All are all perfect items to use. Intuitively, select the items that feel right and meaningful to you. Craft your altar to reflect your own creative power and the sacredness you bring to everyday life. Sit in front of it and focus on manifesting your intention. Remember that the altar itself does not hold the power of manifestation, but the energy within you as you interact with it does. And your journal prompt for this is, what do you feel that your altar is missing that you would like to add? Or if you don't have an altar, what is stopping you from creating one? All right, so those are your self-care messages. I hope this message helps someone out there. And I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.